back to Just Between Us, everyone's favorite soap opera that's been running for 75 years.
This is where I'll put the montage of us.
Yeah, of all the things we've done. I've been dead. I've been resurrected. I've been dead again.
I was just talking about how people see us as a TV show.
Really?
And I was wondering if they would have seen my arc coming.
I certainly didn't.
I knew you would get married.
Thank you. All right, so this week I thought we'd bring an issue John and I have been having in our marriage to the people.
Oh, thank God I'm a therapist.
All right, so this basically explain what happens every holiday season.
Okay, so Allison for the month of December,
Sure.
and maybe for like the first week of January,
Mm-hmm.
is allowed to read the Louise Penny novels, the Inspector Gamache series.
Wow, we've talked about this on the podcast. What a crossover.
But not after a specified date. The rest of the year, she's not allowed to. And I'm putting my foot down. She cannot do it.
Now, quick question.
Yes.
Why just that month? Is he like a Christmas story?
No.
Well, it's just lovely for me to have a holiday spirit.
Okay. Here's what happens, Gabe. Allison reads these books.
Yeah.
And it takes over her entire personality.
In what way?
Oh, hey, honey. How was your day? Honestly, mine was like kind of hard and difficult. Like, it was rough. I'm in a bad place. Oh yes. Speaking of bad place, the French police are now looking into whether Inspector Gamache was the one behind the murders, which is totally ridiculous because he's such a nice man.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So can you tell me about what happened in your day, not Inspector Gamache's day?
Sure, of course. Okay.
Well, Inspector Gamache had a lot of interesting things that he was looking into today.
And we think that Allison is not autistic.
Sometimes I'm just around the house, and out of nowhere, I hear from the other side of the room, other side of the house, hot diggity dog. And I go in there, I see what's going on, and she goes, he's done it again, honey. No one thought he could solve this murder, but Gamache has done it again.
I don't say hot diggity dog.
You do say hot diggity dog.
Okay.
Come on. In the comments, do you think Allison says hot diggity dog?
I absolutely hear it.
You think I would just make that up?
No, I absolutely hear it.
The other thing that Allison does that is key to understanding her opinions on Inspector Gamache is at least 7 or 8 times a day.
Yeah.
She just tells me, Inspector Gamache is such a nice man.
He's a good man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a really good man. And that doesn't mean that he's not without, his flaws.
Which are
that
what?
He hasn't had to make some hard choices.
Okay.
Well, in this book I'm reading now, he's had issues with his son for years that he never understood why, but we finally figured it out.
I keep hearing about this son and about how he doesn't appreciate Inspector Gamache and what a nice man Armand is, and his wife Renee Marie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marie.
Yeah, it just takes over our entire lives, and so I've set out that during specified times of the year she can read Louise Penny novels.
Wow.
And then the rest of the year, we have to have a life outside of Inspector Gamache because that's all of it. Sometimes she starts reading a book and she realizes she's already read this one. And then hell hath no fury. Like, I've already read this one. I already know what happens in Three Pines.
I remember that she would start books. She doesn't remember the covers of things.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see the cover. I read it on on an evil device.
Yeah, she'll start books and then realize that.
Well, the problem is that there's got to be like 18, 19 of these books at this point. And I don't know how many I've read. And so because I've been reading them out of order. Oh, she's alive. And actually, she was going to stop writing them after her husband died because it was based on her husband. So she must have had just such a lovely husband. But then she decided, she had more in her. So she's continued to keep going.
Are you also following her life?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I just read that one author's note.
So she's currently writing more.
Yeah, no. Well, this is what's fucked up is that normally my new Inspector Gamache book comes out in like November, December.
Yeah.
So I have it for my holidays.
Of course.
But this one's not coming out until early next year. So I don't know what the hell she's been up to.
This is the plot of Misery, where she's going to go and find Louise Penny and force her to finish writing the book. Force her, break her leg in a cabin and force her to finish writing the book.
So now I'm really worried because my cutoff, I think, for the year is before the new book even comes out. So I don't know what I'm going to even do.
I see. John, here's the thing, okay? I had to learn this with my father as well, because for about 2 years, my father only wanted to talk to me about the Broadway musical Come From Away, which is about the Newfoundland town that kept people during 9/11. Okay, that's all he wanted to talk about. Had I seen Come From Away? Absolutely not. Did he only want to talk about Come From Away? Yes. What I realized is that his way of showing that he loves me is by trying to share with me about a thing that he loves. So in his own way, he is telling me that he loves me because he wants me to share in the joy or despair of what is occurring. So I also want to say that at least with Inspector Gamache, there are new books coming out. Again, Come From Away is one musical. So I don't know if you could look at it like that. Where this is how she expresses that she cares about you.
No, it's a good try, but I
really
really don't think that's it.
Okay.
Because I'll be like, oh yeah, I had a good day today at work. Someone said something really nice to me, and Allison will be like, Inspector Gamache got promoted.
No, that's not true.
Okay, so he had a better day.
Inspector Gamache had an even better day.
If anything, he's been demoted because he won't play with the system. Because he has his own morality, and he's not just trying to get by and get ahead.
Okay, so
this is my life. I listen for a month of the year about the moral code of Inspector Gamache and how we all need to be more like the Inspector, and Three Pines. I learn a lot about Three Pines.
Yeah, but the book I'm reading now, it doesn't even take place in Three Pines.
And then, so not only is she enjoying the book, the whole time she goes, "This book is good, but it's not in Three Pines."
Of course. And let me ask you.
Paris.
Okay.
Paris.
Paris?
The most beautiful.
The book takes place in Paris.
Wonderful city in the world, and Allison just goes like, "But I miss Three Pines."
Yeah, because in Three Pines, I have my cast of characters.
Oh yeah.
I know my people. I know the bookstore owner, the bistro owners. All the.
They're
people,
in Canada, right?
Yeah, well, they're in Quebec, which is why it's pretty easy for them to go to Paris.
Okay, but isn't that what art is supposed to do? Don't you hope that the reader of your novel takes, what about your show? Don't you hope that people are so invested that's all they're talking about, sort of a Game of Thrones, Succession kind of energy?
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
So that's what art is about.
But I also hope this, if someone watches my show, it doesn't take over their entire relationship.
That's not true. You would love that.
I want it to.
It's not true.
Well, one time, me and John and my mom were supposed to have a book club. And it was John's idea. And he made us read the book. And what was the book called?
It was called Kitty Confidential.
Oh, wait.
And it was about a cat that was solving its owner's murder. And
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
And then me and my poor mom read the whole fucking terrible book. And John never even read it.
Why?
And he was the one who started the book club.
First of all, I did not start a book club. One of my running gags is that I love whatever horrible, sorry if you're right, one of these, but books that are like advertised on the front of Kindle.
Oh, okay,
like the ridiculous titles.
Yeah.
And so I just will come into a room and tell Allison that I'm reading this amazing book, and it's whatever the front, I just try to imagine what it's about. And so that's what happened with Kitty Confidential for a while. I was just talking about Kitty Confidential, how interesting it is.
I think people liked that book.
She ran with it and read it, the whole thing.
My mom and I both read it.
I think people liked that book. I think it was popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. There was one cute moment where the kitty, because the kitty can talk to this one person. No one else can talk to the kitty. And the kitty, is talking, and he's kind of sourpuss. But then when he eats his breakfast, he's like, "Can you pet me?" And then the new owner has to give him pets while he eats.
It's sort of like you, I imagine. Well, John, what is your favorite book?
I'm reading a good book right now. It's called The Haunting on the Hill.
Oh.
It's really good.
Scary book?
Scary. It's spooky. About a spooky house.
I told him, we went on a walk the other day. I told him every single thing that happens in the book, the Da Vinci Code.
No, you didn't. You told me everything that happens in Angels and Demons.
Oh, in Angels and Demons.
She read the book. One of Allison's favorite things is she likes to recount the plots of things.
Of course.
And
God, you know who would love that? Alex. He doesn't see movies, but I tell him what happened.
No, I don't like to recount it. I like to hear it. But you won't recount, so I recount it for you.
It's so hard because we like different types of books. So like Allison, I was enjoying Angels and Demons, and every twist and turn she told me all about.
No, I told you all about it in one. No, we went on one dog walk. for like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I told you every single thing that had happened.
And like I'll read a book like Rachel Cusk's Outline trilogy, and the plot is like an author goes to a like writing convention in Greece, and then she comes back from the writing convention in Greece.
Yeah,
That's
but you'll read paragraphs out loud to me that you want to share.
Oh, that's
you think
true.
That they're
Wait, I'm
beautifully
sorry.
written.
There's a book, and it's just a woman goes to Greece and then comes
Yes.
home, and she's also a writer.
Yes.
So there's absolutely no imagination involved in this.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing. She's an incredible writer.
Okay, I quit. I quit whatever I'm doing.
Do you think that I can have an allowance for when the new book comes out, I can read it when it comes out, even though it's not the holiday season?
Are you talking to me or
yeah,
Gabe?
on air. Can I have that special allowance?
Yes. But only the one book, the new book.
Okay,
She's
so I'm getting all
unbelievable.
this flack. You know what I have to hear about all the time?
What?
Baseball statistics.
Baseball.
There was a day where John was up in arms because he didn't know if the Yankees were going to get Juan Soto or not. He hadn't been on Twitter in a month, and suddenly he was like, oh my God, if we don't get Juan Soto, I'm going to...
Okay, well, everyone has their interests. Everyone has their things that they want to talk about that they get interested in. And sometimes they're highbrow and sometimes they're lowbrow.
Mm-hmm.